Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Tuesday, November the 14th. Tonight the Canucks will wrap up their 4-game road trip by taking on the Kings in Los Angeles, and it's a 7:30 puck drop, not the usual 7 o'clock that we're accustomed to. So you have half an hour more to kill before the game starts. If the Canucks beat the Kings tonight, they'll wrap up this road trip 500 with 4 points out of a possible 8 in 4 games. Yes, they lost to San Jose 5-0. Yes, they lost to Anaheim 4-1. But before that, early last week, they actually started the road trip by beating Calgary. I know that feels like eons ago, like a lifetime ago. But yes, that was this road trip. And thus, with the win tonight, the Canucks could still finish this road trip off with a 500 record. And I think many fans would take that given the level of competition in these 4 games. The Kings themselves are in their own little mini slump. They have lost 2 in a row for the first time this season, and their last game was also a loss against San Jose. That was a 2-1 loss on the weekend. Part of the Canucks' woes has been scoring, and as I articulated yesterday, and by the way, thanks for your great feedback to my video from yesterday, a bunch of you put out a bunch of potential preferred line combinations, some in the present, some in the future. I had a great kick out of reading all of them, and I'll reply to those a little bit later today. But anyways, back to today. The Canucks, they need more scoring. They only have 4 goals in their last 5 losses. 5 out of the last 7 games have been losses. And yes, they obviously need to put the puck in the net more. And tonight they're going with these 4 lines. Basically, Brendan Gaunce draws back in. Alex Burmistrov is out. Burmistrov will join Virtanen, who will sit for a 2nd straight game. So we have Sedin, and Eriksson. We have Bo between Brock and Berchi. We have Marcus Granlund centering the new guys, Sam Gagner and Thomas Vanek. And then our shutdown line will be, once again, Brandon Sutter between Derek Dorsett and now Brendan Gaunce. Again, Burmistrov and Virtanen are sitting. All 6 D guys are the same. That means Patrick Wirkosh will once again be a healthy scratch. And Anders Nilsson will take the net from Jacob Markstrom. Nilsson making his first start in about 2 weeks or so, especially given that he was off all of last week. And him and his fiancée, they welcomed their 3rd child. This one, another boy. So apparently they have 3 boys and 2 dogs. Makes for a very busy household. So I hope that Nilsson has a really strong game. Usually players coming off a really momentous and a memorable occasion will actually have a big game. So let's hope that Nilsson does that tonight, backstopping the Canucks to a victory. One other thing to take note of, the Canucks have changed up the power play units once again. And at practice, they're going with 3 units, traditional units of 3 forwards and 2 D-men. And the 3 forward units were exactly the 3 forward lines. It was Sedin, Eriksson. It was Bo, Bear, and Brock. And it was Granlund between Gagner and Vanek. Each of those 3 units have someone that can play in front of the net. Eriksson, Horvat, and Vanek. All 3 guys aren't afraid to get a little dirty and make some greasy plays. And again, all 3 of those units will have traditionally 2 D-men and not a forward playing on the blue line. That means the only 3 forwards that weren't practicing on the power play were Sutter, Gaunce, and Dorsett. But look for all 3 of those guys to eat up significant minutes on the penalty kill, along with probably guys like Granlund and Horvat and one more guy to make up the 6 penalty killers. So let's see what happens. It's going to be a tough test, but it'd be great if the Canucks can squeak out a win against a very tough Kings team and come back to Vancouver with a 500 record on this road trip. As they look ahead, after this game, they look ahead to host the Vegas Golden Knights for the first time ever at Rogers Arena. Okay, Canucks fans, what are you expecting from tonight's game? Are you expecting better things from the power play with this new look power play, the 3-4-2-D formations? And what else would you consider a win tonight and a 500 road trip? Would you consider that a successful road trip for the Canucks at this juncture in the season? Leave a comment below. I'd love to read it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Enjoy the game. God bless, and go Canucks go.